So I'm here to discuss the controversial GT7. People have been dissing it. Twitter, YouTube, mainly YouTube I'm looking at because I don't have Twitter. I've seen some shots of Twitter though. The Metacritic score of users is at a 3.2 out of 10, a 3.2. So user score has gone down dramatically. And I'm going to be talking about that in this video today. So GT7, in my opinion, has been a very good game. And I don't find them the main reason people are mad is because of microtransactions and servers being online constantly. So we're going to start with the servers. It's online only, so if you do not have an internet connection, you cannot play most of the game. Servers went down due to 1.07 update getting screwed up. And people were not happy about that, it being down for 36 hours, I think it was. That is kind of insane, honestly. And all we got at the end of it was a apology note from Kazunori Yamauchi-san. Nothing else. But in the note, it explained how he wanted it to be easier for people to get cars and like enjoy and get into car culture and enjoy stuff. But at the same time, they reduced like money prizes. You got less money from like 16 different events, and you got more money in 2 different events. So they got rid of tons of farming methods for people. And people are wondering, well, the whole point is a cash grab, you know, it's pay to win pretty much, because if you grind, you're not going to make it. Because I saw some math on a Discord server I'm in. Some guy, the content creator's name is Kirith Car, I'll leave a link down below. But I think it was 8 million credits. And if you were to play the game every day for a few hours, I don't remember the exact hours, but the point is, it take about a month of grinding if you were to play the game every afternoon for a couple of hours. It'd take you a month to get 8 million credits. A month. And it took that guy all of $40. People were saying it's pay to win then. Grinding doesn't get you anywhere because how little you get for the grinding. But then I sit here saying the grinding is fine anyway. The problem is, the game has no other aspects that they'd make you pay. They're gonna give us tons of free content updates with the music rally, cars, maps. Probably adding more weather to more tracks, considering all the Americans don't have it. I mean, that makes sense though. But I mean, like any others, like the fictional circuits, like Dragon Trail doesn't have any weather yet. Maybe that'll have some weather. They need to make some money somehow, first of all. Second of all, this game, people are saying it has no soul now because it's clearly all just microtransactions and stuff. But I feel the game has tons of soul. But there's 2 developers actually working on Gran Turismo 7, I feel. You've got the first developer, which is Kaz and his team. Kaz trying to make the best car game he can, get people to love cars, to collect them, to get into car culture. But then you've got the other half, which is Sony or I don't know how to word it, but like Sony or the business end of it, where all they care about is the money, and they don't see GT7 making the money that they think it should be making. And you can clearly tell that, honestly, with the way it's being developed, especially with his notes, considering that note was written by Kaz, and said how he, explained how he wanted it to be easier to collect cars, and how he wanted people to get into car culture without it being a struggle and stuff like that. But yet, at that same note, that same update makes it harder for us to collect cars, unless you want to shell out real money. So clearly, this is a tug of war between Kaz and his developer team, and then the business end, aka I'm gonna call it Sony, because I feel like Sony's doing this. Let's Uncle Sam, if you will, because all they want is that money. So you got Uncle Sam, aka Sony. I'm just gonna say Uncle Sam. Screw this. Uncle Sam versus Kazunori, and it's just, I feel like it's gonna doom the game in the end. Yes, there can be several updates to fix this problem, but right now, at the way the scores are going, the 3.2 out of 10 user score, thousands of reviews saying the game is awful due to this stuff, and people leaving the game and hating it. The game is pulling itself apart. With there's 2 different teams working on this, trying to make it good at the same time trying to make it bad. The game is tearing itself apart from the inside out. And I feel that might lead to the doom of this game soon. Everything is amazing about the game. There's just you can feel the enthusiasm, especially with the menu books. The amount of information that one character, I forgot his name, but he spills out to you. He tells you all about 3 specific goddamn cars and their brand they're from. It's like 2 paragraphs of stuff he says about each one. There's like 30 different menu books, and I'm only on like menu book 20 or something. There is so much car culture, so much passion, But then you've got Uncle Sam here, wanting the money, trying to milk it out, clearly. And now people are saying the game has no soul. I have the letter pulled up open here next to me. And I'm going to read out a few key points, I think. In GT7, I would like to have users enjoy lots of cars races even without microtransactions. And at the same time, there are microtransactions, which is another key point to me, which I think it's Kaz versus Sony here. Where Sony's just trying to make people spell out money. Well, Kaz clearly states that he doesn't want people to have to spend actual money or microtransactions to make their lives easier in the game and have fun and actually enjoy the game. So I feel Sony, even though that's what his idea is, I feel like this letter's told from his perspective, but he's not including the fact that Sony possibly might be making him do this because they need the money, you know? Because, you know, at the end of the day, it's all about money for most companies, or almost literally every company in existence. And another quote, I want to make GT7 a game in which you can enjoy a variety of cars, lots of different ways, and if it's possible, like to avoid a situation where a player must mechanically keep replaying certain events over and over again. Which is saying people were farming, I think, with Special Stage X and Fisherman's Ranch for the money, because they gave you tons of money. But what they did end up doing was nerfing literally every single payout for every single event, except for 2, by increasing those, because those were already broken. I think one of them was a 5-minute Le Mans race, not a 5-lap Le Mans race that gave you 5 whole grand. Now it's up to 70, because that makes no sense. But like I said, they decreased the rest. Because, again, I feel Kaz doesn't want that, but Sony wants to decrease it so more people are pushed and eager to buy microtransactions since they're not making any progress in the actual game. So this is just my take on it. What I think is happening between Sony and Gran Turismo 7 right now, I think it's just a war between Kaz's envisionment and plans for GT7, but then Sony is going against his wishes in a way because it's Sony and they're in charge of him, and you know, they want the money. I feel like that's what's happening. I could be very wrong, but I feel like that's what's genuinely happening, considering his letter seemed so heartfelt, and he seemed genuine in that letter that he wanted to make it better for the players and not make everybody pay more for their stuff. But that's my take. My take on this, though, my perspective of this is, I don't actually think the money in GT7 is economically broken. Like, my take on this is very small. I don't know what I'm saying sometimes, most of the time, but I've been playing the game a bunch, but at the same time, like, I've only been doing, literally, all I've done is world circuits for the cafe books, and I've spent tons of money on tuning and buying. I bought 2 new cars for like 120 grand plus each, and I still have 787,000 credits. I feel that's like quite a lot, honestly, and there's not, like, I don't have an urge to buy cars right now, honestly. I like saving up, building attachments with the cars I do have, especially in the used car dealership. There's a lot of cool cars there sometimes. And that's just my take on it, though, because I feel like I'm not being pressured to buy any of these cars, really. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. That's my take on GT7 and the absolute abomination of reviews and backlash it's been getting lately. Hopefully you all enjoyed. Make sure to like and subscribe for more. I will be doing tons more GT7 content in the future. Streams, lots of long streams. I'm going to do some sport mode streams. I got my PS Plus back. And hopefully I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.